I met one of my acquaintances the other day, and the conversation I had with her actually prompted me to talk about this topic today. She was telling me she moved in with her boyfriend recently and how difficult it is to adjust to the new setup. They both have different habits, and their habits have been clashing with each other. And so both were having a tough time adjusting to their new way of living. She was telling me, you don't know, Sonali, it is not possible to change habits now at this age. Oh, really? Okay, we will come back to this later, but let me ask you this first. Have you seen people who lose weight but then they gain it back after a while? They get short term results, and because they don't maintain that lifestyle, they don't get long term results. And that makes them feel frustrated. When you are married or living together, you do something that is damaging to your relationship, you get upset, frustrated, and disappointed. Causes a lot of stress between you two. Well, we all do so many wrong things in our lives and in our relationships. But what do you do then? The first thing you do is you communicate and talk about it. You acknowledge and recognize what you did was damaging to your relationship. And then you express a genuine intention to make it better. But just having an intention doesn't fix things. You have to take some kind of action for better results. All of this sounds straightforward and simple, right? We all know that this needs to be done. But do we really act on it? I'll go back and forth between the gym example and relationships. So stay with me. There are so many workout and diet programs out there these days. And some of them are so strict and regimented that they require you to start all over again, even if you miss a day or a step. Why? What's the purpose? Because they need your total commitment, your motivation, your dedication toward your health. Simple. Skipping or missing is normal. It happens in the beginning. It teaches you discipline and it brings some structure in your life. It takes time and patience because you are incorporating something new you're not used to. Some will give up, but some, they are so committed to their health that they will keep going even if they have to start all over again, because their mission is to transform, because they have set up a certain goal for themselves, because they are committed to the result. These changes in lifestyle can add up and make a big difference over time. Same thing can be applied to your relationship. That means you will have to let go of your old lifestyle and consciously adopt a new one. Any new change, any new behavior needs conditioning, which means repetition, repetition, and repetition. And even if you have been married for a long time, let's say, many of you keep evolving and progressing with time. And with that, you adjust with your partner and they adjust with you, with your new changes. And if you don't keep up with each other, you will drift apart. Many marriages and relationships end because one person says their partner has changed and they are unable or unwilling to adjust to this new evolved partner. Since I talk about relationships and marriages in midlife, I get to hear a lot that at this age you cannot change, or at this age it is difficult to change. If you're saying that, then it is going to be difficult. But you don't want to be a quitter, right? Do you want to give up? If you don't like certain things that are happening in your life, you give up saying, you can't do anything because it's too late now. It is never too late. Get that tattooed on your brain. Your brain is elastic, it has the capacity to expand, so expand it. So much research on neuroplasticity have shown that your brain has the capacity to adapt, grow, and change. Learning new things can protect your mental functions and prevent or at least slow down age-related deterioration. Every new experience you have, whether driving a new vehicle or trying a new restaurant, anything you do, it impacts your brain. The thing is, you have been conditioned to live in a certain way, that when something different comes your way, something that disturbs your set routine, you're thrown off. You raise your hands and say, you cannot do this. But there is always a way. What you need is, you need to recondition your brain. That's what rewiring your brain is. Talking about rewiring, many of you must have heard of Pavlov's experimental study with a dog on behavior conditioning. If you haven't heard, that's okay. I will tell you briefly what it was all about. Pavlov was a physiologist, not a psychologist. He predicted the dogs would salivate when they see food in front of them. This reflex action to salivate is hardwired. But he noticed that his dogs would salivate whenever they heard the footsteps of his assistant bringing the food to them. Then he started the conditioning procedure by introducing the bell before giving the food to them. After several repeats, he only used the bell, but no food. And the dogs would drool in anticipation, just hearing the bell. And all of this was repeatedly done. So the dogs learned an association between the bell and the food, and as a result, new behavior was learned. The same method is used to train the dogs, and in the same way, we can learn and unlearn a certain behavior. That is, with repetition. The same way you change your habits. Okay, now some say when you are young it is easy to learn, but not at this age. When I say this age, I'm talking about middle age here. My question is, who said that you cannot learn at this age? It is you who's saying it to yourself. It is your personal belief. Because we see people left, right, and center doing many wonderful things later in life. But you choose to look at people who believe like you do, because they reinforce your belief. I challenge you. I challenge you because I know you can do it too. It's all in your mind. And we all know. What do we know? How powerful our mind is. You're learning. So every time you learn some new activity, your brain creates a new connection. Repeating that activity strengthens that connection. Researchers also suggest that engaging in new activities can lead to emotional and behavioral change. I will stick to the gym example here. You start this new workout program or start going to the gym. Now that is something you're adding to your old routine. It wasn't part of your daily life, right? But gradually going to the gym becomes your new routine. That means you have the capability to make a change. There you go. Congratulations. You reconditioned your brain. You are rewired now. Another thing you can that can help you in adjusting to a new setup is practicing mindful meditation. I know I always bring mindfulness. I bring it up because it has many benefits, and one of them is that it brings calmness and reduces stress. That means You will not react to some of your partner's habits that annoy you. When you are calm and less stressed, your nervous system is less likely to overreact. You're less defensive, and you can effectively communicate, listen, and respond to the situation in a much better and healthier way. And even if you react, the awareness makes you catch yourself and you correct yourself. Now, I believe you will correct yourself when you become aware. The willingness and the commitment to yourself, to your partner, has to be there. Look, you're two individuals. You're two different individuals. You will have some differences. If you're not managing those differences with awareness, they will keep coming back. But don't give up. Keep going, one step at a time. It is very much doable. But one thing I want you to remember though, accept that some conflicts will never be resolved. You've got to accept that and live with them. That is a reality. So when you make progress, don't stop there. Don't think you have done your part. It is a continuous process. You make it a part of your lifestyle now. You just don't eat healthy and go to the gym when you have some illness. You do it all the time. The same goes for the health of your relationship. You are constantly managing it. It is ironic that first you want to get into a relationship, and then when you find someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with, it becomes so hard for you to live with them. You are not willing to make any changes in your lifestyle to adjust to another person. You say you love them, but still you're not willing to make any changes. Loving yourself, loving your partner can make you do powerful things. So make your love more powerful than the negative emotions for your partner. Prioritize your relationship with your partner. Invest your time and energy to recondition your relationship to make it better with some plan, discipline, structure, and then repeat.